guys. So I was sitting down and thinking about the labor force, and I heard some interesting statistics this morning that one in seven of all the new jobs added in the United States in the past year has been part-time. Why is this, you might ask? Well, because Obamacare treats part-time and full-time labor differently. If you have a full-time employee, you have to provide health care for them. If they're part-time, you do not. That is why so many jobs that are coming on the market right now are part-time. It is not good for the economy because so few part-time jobs pay enough money for people to make a living and to support their family. Part-time jobs in the history of the U.S. anyway have been to support a full-time job. We have an exception to this at my current employer. We have someone who's an engineer and chooses to work part-time, and they make it work, and that's great for them. But every single other person, regardless of their location, works full-time, and I have a feeling it's not because of want. Anybody you ask, I think, would say, well, it'd be great to work part-time, but still make the same money. But that's not what part-time jobs were about. At least not up until now. Something's going to happen is it's going to take 3 jobs to make enough money to have health care for your family and to make ends meet. The simple fact is raising minimum wage isn't going to help because that'll just cut the number of jobs. I'm not kidding, that will happen. I've seen a video of a vending machine that's about the size of a truck that is basically an entire franchise of a fast food joint. And it's all automated. You just throw frozen stuff in one end and fill up the drink containers, and it spits them out the other side. You swipe your card, hit the screen, and it spits out finished cooked food, and it's at least as good as the shit that you get today with human beings doing it. So if we go to $15 an hour like some people want on minimum wage, you'll start seeing those pop up everywhere, and they won't even be a building anymore. It'll just be like a container, a shipping container. Pop it down, and it'll look like a temporary building or something. And you just walk up to it, tap the screen a little bit, swipe your card, and it'll spit your food out, and you walk away. Google has already sold a bunch of automated cars for the end of this year or the end of next year. I didn't catch it whether which year it was, but it doesn't really matter because what's happening is this company bought a bunch of self-driving cars from Google, and they're going to start using them for deliveries, that sort of thing, which is awesome. Except they bought, I don't remember how many they bought, but there's a whole fleet of them, and they're going to replace drivers. So people who drive car and make deliveries are already getting displaced by automated cars today. So there goes another job opportunity for human beings. And it's going to be a lot cheaper because robots don't need healthcare. Now, these are disruptive technologies coming down the pike, and that's fine. We need disruptive technologies in order to move forward. But this has already been called a jobless recovery. Companies just aren't hiring new people. They're making the people they have do more. And there's only so far I think you can push that before stuff starts to break and you start getting worse output. The efficiency of the United States has always been through the roof compared to other countries, and it's because we kill ourselves to get the job done. Always have. There's a lot of people currently on some sort of assistance from the government, from the taxpayer, whether it be disability or it be welfare or something to that effect, and there's a lot of them who don't have any job skills, never have, and have no intention of getting any. No intention of learning any job skills because the job skill they have is staying on their disability payment or their welfare. And that's what they teach their kids. They teach them how to do their craft, which is stay on the government teat. Now, my personal situation, I'm legally blind and I know I can get SSI, which is supplemental income for disability. I'm not sure what else I could get. I could probably get food stamps if I lived in the right situation. But I choose not to. I choose to try to be a productive member of society for as long as I can, which is fine. That's a choice. I'm making it. I have friends who are cops. They work 100-hour weeks. There's no such thing as a part-time cop. I'm not sure how that'll work with healthcare, how their healthcare stuff works, but you know, they got to have healthcare too for their families. I have a friend who owns his own business, and he's on the business side of things. He must have a dozen employees, I'm guessing, at least, and they do physical labor, and I don't think he provides healthcare, to be honest with you. I think it's just a labor type situation, physical labor type situation, and I don't think he provides them, no. But he's going to have to provide it because I don't know if his company has over 50 employees total, but from what I understand, that's temporary. So at some point, everybody's going to have health care, whether they like it or whether it's through your employer or through somebody. So I'm not sure how that works. No one's sure how that works. This law is being implemented. It's applied, parts of it are being applied this year, parts of it are being applied next year, and the whole thing never really seems to kick in. And the problem is, what am I supposed to do? I'm a consumer, and I don't know. I have heard nothing about this law. I suppose somebody's going to knock on my door and take my firstborn or something someday, and you know, oh, it's because you didn't do such and such 5 years ago. See how that goes. It's definitely going to be an interesting about 10 or 15 years. The next 10 or 15 years are going to be very interesting. You're going to see a lot of people replaced by robots. You're going to see automated cars hit so that kids coming up don't even bother learning how to drive, because why? They just tell the car where to go and it goes. I predict you're going to finally see flying cars at some point, because it's going to get to the point where human beings get used to not being in control of their vehicle. And I'll bet in my lifetime we'll see some sort of flying car that is acceptable, and you won't even need a license to fly it. You'll get in it, tell it where to go, sit back, and it'll do the rest for you. Cars will communicate with each other on the road. They're already starting to do that. But the idea of human beings driving things, being in control of a vehicle, is going to be very passé. Everybody who's convicted of drunk driving at any point in their life is going to be forced to get one of these automated cars. Anybody who falls asleep at the wheel or anything, any kind of a violation, bam, you're going to have to get one of these cars. And that'll be how they sneak it in on you. I love it. I can't wait. Sign me up. I'll take whatever they give me. I don't care what it runs on. I don't care what it does, as long as it gives me the freedom to hop in it and say, go here. And I don't have to rely on other people. I can just rely on the machines. I'm good. See how that goes. Wish me luck. But anyway, so what kind of changes do you think are going to come down the pike? I know there's just a lot of crap going on, but let me know in the comments what you think the next big disruptive innovation will be.